current training and diet consist of these days?
I mean,
you look in great shape, you know?
Everything I'm doing now is like, I guess it's a constant evolution. So it's changing, but I guess about 5 years ago, I was still doing what I could do as far as bodybuilding training.
Okay.
But it was limited because I've got, let's get that airplane go overhead. I said it's a little helicopter. Yeah, anyway, so, you know, I was doing what I was used to doing. I was doing the bodybuilding training, and I was limited because I've got a bicep and tricep injury on the left side, which everybody knows about from my career, I guess. And also, I got a shoulder injury on that side, which actually was already injured. It was already a partially torn supraspinatus from the bodybuilding, from all the heavy lifting, which is not an unusual injury.
Oh, was that a build-up, like a wear and tear thing over the years?
Yeah, wear and tear over the years from all the heavy pressing and so on, and not having the knowledge of how to, you know, support the joints and work those smaller muscles in the rotator cuff and everything like that. You got so much more information now that we didn't have in the 80s and 90s. It was just pretty much macho, gung-ho, you know, get the heavy weights and blast it. So probably now with the knowledge I've got, I could avoid it or at least deal with it better when I had it. Said this guy, I think, is flying over trying to...
He's looking for Dorian.
Trying to film me or something.
Yeah, it's your next client.
Okay. Piss off, man. All right, he's gone now. So, you know, I could train my legs fine. I could train my back fairly well to a degree. But I couldn't really train shoulders that well. I couldn't train chest hardly much because all the power from the pressing was gone on that left side. And if I tried to do, like, barbell exercises or something, it was just shifting. Then I was getting problems with the right shoulder, and I was going to a chiropractor one day. He told me, it's like, you know, fuck, man, these guys are pretty persistent. He was telling me people didn't used to have back and hip problems when they used to squat around the campfire. Like people used to sit in a squat for hours around a campfire or something. So And then, I don't know why, he said, have you ever tried yoga? And I was like, no, but I'm kind of interested in it for some reason. Anyway, so I went home and I was like, you know, try to sit in a squat, right? I mean, I used to squat when I was young, like ass to the floor, like Tom Platz, and it was no problem. And I did karate before that. We did deep squats, freehand, no weights and everything. So I was like, shit, it's really difficult for me to get in that position. And I feel tight around my hips. So I got these kind of little problems that I accumulated from years of lifting, and I decided to do something about it. And funny enough, I don't know if we're going to go on the subject of psychedelics, but it was after an experience I had with the psychedelics. I'm like, man, your body's all fucked up. You need to do something about it. So you need to do yoga. And I didn't even know anything about yoga. First thing is I bought a book and I started reading about it. And then I'm like, I need to get a teacher. But I'm not just going to go somewhere and like go to a place or something. I'm going to wait. And I'm just going to ask around and I'll find a teacher who's suitable sooner or later. So that's what I did. And I kind of fell in love with doing yoga. So I've been doing that now for about probably 3 or 4 years. Like I try to do twice a week.
Twice a week, okay.
So that's something really consistent that I do that's helped with my mobility, my flexibility. And I mean, it's not only a physical exercise. It's, you know, yoga means union. So the whole thing is you're trying to, like, have union between your body, your mind, and your spirit. So it was like hard at first because it's almost opposite to what I do in the gym. In the gym, you got to push, right? You got to push.
You said this on Saturday.
You got to use aggression. And you got to use power. In yoga, you've got to like, you've got to like breathe, and you've got to relax, and you've got to ease into the pose. And if you try too hard, it just makes it harder and harder. And the first few sessions were really tough because I got this thing inside and I'd really try. And my balance was terrible. So I'm trying to stand on one leg. And I'm trying. And the harder I try and the more I tense up, the more I fucking fall over. And, you know, I was falling over and I was like, fuck. And my yoga teacher just looked at me calmly and said, Dorian, fuck is not a yoga word. So I got into the yoga. I'm still doing that. I still love doing that. I generally do it in the morning by the sea. So it's just like a beautiful start to the day. Get your energy up and everything.
Do you feel
doing that?
Sorry, Dorian. Dorian.
Recently I started Pilates as well. I'm doing that once a week. And I remember a few years ago, I saw Jay Cutler doing Pilates. And I was still in my, hardcore bodybuilding mentality. And I was like, what the fuck is this Pilates stuff, man? It looks gay. It's like, what the fuck is he doing that for? But now I understand. You work all these supporting muscles and your structural and your core. And so I'm doing that as well. And I'm in Spain, and I started biking, like cycling. And I used to do that as a kid. So I go cycling up the mountains here, which is great. Beautiful views and good cardio.
How far?
You can't do that year round in UK. Here you can do it year round. So I really enjoy that as well. And I go in the gym with weights probably once a week now and do some light training and some strengthening stuff for my shoulder injury and things like that. So it's more kind of functional stuff.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do like a 60 kilo bench press. I mean, I can't do it. So why I'm going to knock myself out trying to do stuff that's not benefiting me. And so my whole training is like, what do you need right now in your life? Do you need to be like, and it's very easy to get caught up in this. And maybe I was also to a degree, like, first of all, you're comfortable doing it. And second of all, it's like you feel like people kind of expect it of you. Like, you're 6 times Mr. Olympia. You got to maintain like something of this physique and so on. But eventually I just said, screw that, man. I don't live my life for other people. I live my life for myself, and everybody should think like that, I believe.
Yeah.
So what do I need? I need good health and fitness. I need good cardio. I need more mobility and flexibility, and I need to be able to like do whatever I want to do. I need to be able to swim and ride my bike, go hiking, and really enjoy things. And I need a functional body for that. And it's not necessary for me to be 18, 19 stone, which was whereabout I was.